you see the view, it's lovely. It's just like other part of Prague you never see like this.
I'm with food writer Petra Pospěchová in a cable car running from inside the Mövenpick Hotel in Prague's Smíchov district to the peak of Černý Vrch. Previously, I was unaware of either the cable car, which is actually free and open to the public, or Černý Vrch itself, a leafy area full of villas. Pospěchová, who lives locally, gives me the lowdown.
This place is very special because we have, I think, one of two funiculars in the city, hidden one. Nobody knows about it.
And I guess, or it seems from what I see around us here, that this Černý Vrch area is very much a residential place.
Yeah, exactly. Most people who live here quite a time. And there is so much to do. Like just over there you see the playgrounds and the sports grounds, which belong to Sokol, which is the strongest sports organization. And during autumn, people come here with the kites. It's really lovely. And we have many parks here. It's just, every 200 meters you crash to some park. And most of them are rather small, but lovely.
Also, on our way up to this place where we're sitting now outside a restaurant, we passed Bertramka, a villa where Mozart lived.
Exactly. It's one of hidden places of this area. It's very lovely, and I must confess I go picking pears there every autumn because there is a half-wild pears, very nice one, very sweet, and it's very good for drying, for the dried pears. I make cakes from those every autumn.
This place is above Smíchov. What kind of an area is Smíchov for people who don't know it? How would you describe it?
It used to be kind of like workers' quarter, but it had changed much recently. Now it's, let's say, like a resident area for, I think there's many artists, journalists living here because the prices are quite decent. And it's kind of picturesque. You have these small parks all around. And
in Smíchov, you're saying Smíchov is picturesque?
Yes, exactly. It's maybe partly industrial picturesque. It's the factories up above the hill. And most of it has atmosphere of the beginning of 20th century. So if you don't insist on being picturesque in the Prague old town style, it's really picturesque and it's really green, which is also good.
You were telling me that also near here there is what they call a garden colony or allotments where people can grow their own stuff. Are there many such places in Prague? I know of a couple only.
Yeah, it must have been some tradition since village people came to Prague, and they were used to have gardens to grow some vegetables, so these colonies started to grow, and there is, I don't know, maybe 20, 30 of them in the city. And at the moment, I think they're a bit endangered because the grounds where these garden colonies are, they don't have future in the urban
city plan.
Yes, exactly. So it's question how long will they last. Some of them are actually cancelled, and there are new houses built on them, like Libeňský Ostrov will face this shortly, I suppose.
A waitress prepares iced coffees for Petra Pospěchová and me at our next port of call, the old-school Erhartova cukrárna in Prague's Letná district. Offering a mouth-watering variety of cakes, it's one of the city's best-loved confectionaries. But the cukrárna and its sugary delights aren't its building's only attraction, says Pospěchová.
For me it's two in one, because in one house is my favorite cukrárna, a sweet place, where they have really best desserts, the traditional Czech ones. And above it, in the first floor, there is a public library, which is my favorite source of any kind of literature possible, sociological one, fiction, anything you can think of.
Tell us about the cafe here. It's from the 30s, I believe?
Yes, the house was built in 1937, I guess, in the functionalist style, so it's rather simple, maybe pure, let's call it. And I think it was kind of devastated at the 90s, but maybe 6-7 years ago the city part financed the reconstruction, and I think it's really nice. It looks completely the same as in the 30s when it was open.
What are their specialities?
Well, that's the Czech sweets, and I must warn you, it's addictive. It's laskonky, hoříčky, They have wonderful babovka, the traditional Czech cake. They have lovely strudel. And the most important thing with everything, all the cakes, is the cream. The homemade, very fatty cream. Just beautiful.
I guess Prague isn't associated with one particular cake, like, say, for example, Vienna has the Zakrtorte, whatever it's called.
There is something called pražský koláč, which is made from the... How to describe it? It's cream inside, 2 layers of dough, but it's not really nice. Like, Prague people like it, but I suppose they like it because of tradition, because it's Prague cake. But they're really like nice small desserts like this, which I can definitely recommend, like laskonky, maybe some types of ice cream also.
Is there a difference between the cakes that you can buy, say, somewhere like here, and the kind of cakes that Czechs make at home?
Well, I think in this case it's like homemade. It's the traditional recipes. It's butter. It's butter, flour, nice sugar, and real vanilla. This kind of stuff. That's what people make home. If you want to taste like this artificial stuff, you have to go somewhere else, but Erhartova.
Are there many of these kind of old-school cukrárnas or confectionaries in Prague?
Well, I think there are some old-fashioned ones, but I'm afraid the quality is rather miserable. So if you want to try good old things in nice environment, Erhartova is one of you where I would recommend to go.
We're having iced coffees here. You were saying that the regular coffees aren't so great at this cafe. Where would you go in Prague for a good cup of coffee?
Well, you can definitely stay at Letna, because just around the corner there's Dům kávy, which is not so stylish, but they have lovely coffee. Every day they are changing some of the plantage coffees, and they have like the usual Italian mixture, and it's really good. And there is also another one very close to here, which is Kavárna pod Lipami, and they are just lovely. And they have really nice cakes too, so...
From Erhartova cukrárna, it's perhaps 100 meters to a wholly different establishment, the smoky pub Klášterní pivnice, which consists of a tap room and a main section with 10 or so tables. Actually, Klášterní pivnice is only its official title. Regulars like Pospěchová refer to it exclusively by its nickname, Prašivka. My guide loves the place and explains why.
It has 2 reasons. Since I was getting to the pub part of my life, I used to go to this, in Czech we call it fourth price, the really cheap and kind of bit dirty places maybe, because I like the fact that they are real. They are not playing something. They are just what they are. And the second is maybe I'm often visiting posh places because of my job, and this is like the nice contrast to go to some Michelin place and then in the evening have a beer here with normal people with nakladaný hermelín, pickled cheese, or I don't know, goose liver in the fat, and feel like being a normal part of my life.
This place is known as Prašivka, but outside there's no sign saying Prašivka. Where does the name come from? Why is it called that, or why is it nicknamed that?
I think it's exactly about the atmosphere. It's really smoky. It's kind of like old-fashioned, a bit used.
What does Prašivka mean?
Prašivka means something like dusty place, and Prašivka is also name of a mushroom, and when you step on it, it makes dusty clouds. So Prašivka have 2 meanings, and it also can mean something like a place which is not particularly nice. But it has official name. It's called Klášterní restaurace, monastery restaurant, because the beer called over here is called Klášter.
One time, the first time I came here, I came at about, 8:45. It was pretty quiet. And at about 9:30 or earlier, the barman came over and said it's time to pay. I thought he was joking. He wasn't joking.
Yeah, exactly. It's 9 to 9, this place. 9 in the morning is the first guest. At 9:30 you have to go. So it's not so dangerous as other places, because the chance that you are really drunk at 9 in the evening is quite small.
It is a remarkably smoky bar.
Yes, it's really smoky. And when I was writing about the smoking ban in Czech Republic, this was the place where I went to and asked the habitués what do they think about it, because it's the best place to hear their opinions.
And what were their opinions? They're against the ban, I'm sure.
No. I mean, many of them were for, and I would say it was like half-half. And people who don't like smoke so much, they sit outside and drink there.
What kind of people come here to Prashivka?
Well, it's very, very, let's say, different because in one part there is tables which the ex-policemen visit because the Interior Ministry is very close to here and they used to live here very often. So there is people who worked for the secret police before the 1989. And on the other hand, there is dissidents which sit on the other part of the pub. And some of them are really special, like Jim Chevet, who used to be collaborating with the regime, the communist one, but the dissidents kind of rehabilitated him, so now he's sitting on the dissident side and the policemen are on the other side. And you can meet also many journalists here because our publishing house is just next door. So if you need to find somebody from Hospodářské noviny, this is the best place.
Or a secret policeman.
Oh well, the old one, yes.